Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. This show is all about life transformations and our journey from where we were to why we are doing what we are doing today. We will discuss the hiccups, the roller coasters, and the blood, sweat, and tears that has been poured out while discovering our purpose. It is all about our transformations. Here is your host, Sean Douglas.
Welcome to Life Transformation Radio. I am your host, Master Resilience Implementer, TEDx speaker, performance enhancement expert, and author, Sean Douglas. I want to welcome all of our listeners who are listening from wherever you are. This show is currently heard in over 30 countries, such as the U.S., India, Canada, France, Australia, and New Zealand. So I want to thank you to those who are listening from around the world. Life Transformation Radio is all about our transformations. Here, we tell the stories of why we're doing what we're doing. We highlight those transformational moments that have changed our lives and how we're using these to help transform others and elevate their lives as well. You can listen to us every Wednesday on our normal listening times at the first and third Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But sometimes during the month, we do these special pop-up episodes that are highlighting people's badassery, that are highlighting the things that people are doing for launches, book launches, event launches, and that is what we're going to highlight today. Because on this show, we have impactful and amazing guests that are impacting everyone around them. And my guest today does exactly that. If you have any questions for any of the guests that I ever have on my show, this is a live show if you're catching it, so you can call in 657-383-1109. Again, the number is 657-383-1109. You can catch us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, all of them. You can subscribe so you don't miss an episode. So without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Anthony Franck. What is up, brother?
Man, how are you doing?
Dude, rocking it, man. I'm so pumped to have you on the show, man. It's an honor.
Oh, man, thanks for having me. I'm actually putting it out there on Facebook right now to give people a chance to call in live.
It's awesome. Perfect. So, dude, so we met, not even on Facebook a little bit, but, we were at Steve Olsher's event, New Media Summit, back in San Diego, and I don't think we knew exactly like that we were going to be at that same event, but it was super cool to see you there, and I'm pumped for what you got cooking up in January, man.
Absolutely. Yep.
So if you're ready to get started, dude, let's do this.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, man. So the title of this episode is called The Authority Maker, Anthony Franck. He is on a mission to help people market themselves into new opportunity, growth, and sales in their business. He recently co-founded his new live event immersion experience, The Authority Maker Bootcamp, and to help working professionals, C-suite executives, entrepreneurs, authors, coaches, and consultants to get more leads and stay cutting edge on what they can do to outwork and out-hustle the competition marketing online. The Authority Maker Bootcamp is sure to help you grow your business and give you a massive leg up on your competitors. Building relationships and teaching people how to monetize them is one of Anthony's favorite parts about social media. Anthony has interviewed over 60 industry leaders and has been doing online marketing since 2010. He just recently made 5 figures on Facebook in less than 30 days. He didn't buy an ad. He doesn't have a website, not a landing page, and do any of that. And he's going to show you exactly how to do a better job marketing online. For the live event, to go register right now to not miss out on this great opportunity, you can go to www.authoritymakerbootcamp, one word, bootcamp.com. And if you want to connect with him, you go to www.getmoreleadsclub.com/social. And he's also got bettermarketingmondays.com/social. So you can connect anywhere, but I highly recommend you do not miss out on this event called the Authority Maker Bootcamp. And go to www.theauthoritymakerbootcamp, or actually www.authoritymakerbootcamp.com. .com. Look at that right. So let's talk about what is going to happen. Where is it? What is it? I mean, it sounds amazing, the boot camp. I'm in the military, so I love boot camp, right? So former drill instructor, let's talk about what the Authority Maker Boot Camp is all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I would say the Authority Maker Bootcamp is all about helping coaches, consultants, authors, entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs to better position themselves, get in a place where they can command higher prices, and they become the go-to expert in their local community or online community, meaning people will recommend and refer you business because you're top of mind as the go-to source for whatever it is you do in your niche. And the reason that's so important is if you want to be able to continually raise your prices, get better level clientele, then you need to understand how to position yourself as the go-to expert, aka the authority. And that's what this boot camp is all about doing for people.
Dude, I love it, man. Are there any so what kind of speakers? Like what you got coaches, speakers, guys who are crushing it in this space, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. We went out into our network and we got the most talented people, and they all said yes. So some of the people speaking, John Leslie Brown is speaking. John is the son of Les Brown. In his own right, John is tremendous at what he does. He was actually the highest paid adolescent speaker until he turned 18 for about 7 years of his life in the world.
Wow.
He's spoken all over the world. He shared the stage with Richard Branson, Doctor, Ice Cube, Gladys Knight, his own father, Les Brown, the Dalai Lama himself. This guy is a humanitarian award winner. He's an international best-selling author. His newest book is out now, international best-selling book, Harvard Effect. So John is bringing the heat, okay? If you want to be a paid speaker, what better people to learn from than people that are getting paid tremendous amounts of money to go out and speak? John Leslie Brown is one of those people, and he's going to come with all the knowledge and the power you need. My event host partner on this, Lauren Michaels Harris, he just started speaking a little over a year and a half ago, and he's already booked well over 127 paid speaking gigs for himself. And what he's figured out is there's a great system to booking yourself paid speaking gigs, and he's actually also a best-selling author. His book, How to Get Speaking Fast, his own online programs, and he's speaking all around the country now, from Naperville, Illinois, all the way to San Diego, California, East Coast. He was asked to speak in front of Congress, and he has a system for getting paid speaking gigs that will blow your mind. He didn't hire anyone to do it. He figured it out on his own, and now he's sharing that with others so they can get their message out there to the world. He's a tremendous coach. We're so honored of him. So he'll be there as well. We got Stephen Larson from ClickFunnels there. Stephen works directly with Russell at ClickFunnels, and he understands how to move traffic through a funnel and turn them into buyers and leads for your business. He's going to unpack his brain for 60 straight minutes, everything you know about funnels and using ClickFunnels to make profit online. We got Manny the Man Lopez speaking.
Oh, yeah.
And has shared the stage with a ton of great people, including Kevin Harrington, Les Brown, Greg Reed, Ty Lopez, you name it. Manny knows them, and chances are he's probably built their mobile app for them. Manny has his own show called Best in Business, and he's going to come and share a ton about mobile marketing expertise, how to leverage that to your advantage in your business, and how to serve your way to successful people so you can best get the best clients. We got Chris Duncan speaking. Chris is speaking from the UK. Chris actually created multiple seven-figure businesses in his life. He's also the creator of Total Freedom and Plan B Education. Chris is going to share a whole ton of good golden nuggets about marketing your business online in 2018. We have Josh Forty. Josh Forty is the leader of the Social Media for Entrepreneurs group on Facebook. There's well over 20,000 active and engaged entrepreneurs in there, and we're going to be having Josh on the show later this week. But Josh is doing a project right now called 365 Days to Seven Figures, and he's more than 120 or so days into that now, and he's on pace to crack seven figures in a 365-day span. He's coming to bring massive value, share everything he knows about building about building communities on social media and how to leverage that in your business to make more money and get more clients. He's also shifting into high profitable brokerage where he's consulting for people and outsourcing the done-for-you on the side. We have Kelly McCausey speaking. Kelly is tremendous at marketing. She's been doing this for a really long time, seasoned veteran in the marketing industry. And she's going to show people how they can distribute amazing content to their people without having to create it all from scratch themselves. Kelly is tremendous at this, and I'm so excited to have her. We have Seth Green speaking. Seth is flying in all the way from New Jersey for this, and he's a 7-time best-selling author. He's also the co-host of the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. We just had him on the show to do an interview recently, and he blew my mind with how much he knows about leveraging podcasting to get more clients for your business and how to be a best-selling author. So Seth is bringing the heat, and he's shared the stage with Steve Forbes, John McKay, Rich Safran, Perry Marshall. He's one of the only people to be voted Marketer of the Year 3 times running by Dan Kennedy. Seth is a seasoned marketing veteran, and he is coming full force to guys everything you need to know about leveraging and monetizing a podcast to get more clients, to get more exposure, get your message out in front of more of the right people. His newest book is also a best-selling book, and it's on the shelves for sale right now at Barnes & Noble as well as Amazon. We also have so many other great people. Michelle Malo is speaking from the Intelligent Millionaires Network. She just finished speaking at J.T. Fox's live event in Disneyland just a couple weeks ago. We have Michael Butler from Beyond Publishing. Michael has helped over 17 of his clients become an international best-selling author. He's gotten some of his clients on Fox News, CNN, Dr. Phil, Inc. 500, you name it. Michael has done both PR and publishing for quite some time now. Brian Tracy says Michael helps authors dramatically increase book sales and is one of the top leaders in his industry. Michael was also just recently speaking at the J.T. Fox down in Los Angeles. And again, he's helped several of his clients become international best-selling authors. And that's huge for leverage. That's huge for authority. That's huge for credibility in niche.
Right.
That's so powerful in terms of raising your prices and commanding more of the clients that you want people to recommend and refer to you. We have Michael Griffiths speaking all the way from Sydney, Australia. He's flying in for this event. Michael is an expert at referral marketing. He's so exceptionally good at creating referral networks, and he has live events that he does in both Australia and in Los Angeles. He's created multiple 7-figure businesses in 7 different niches over the last 10 years, and his newest venture is the Partnership Club, and that's what it's all about. He's going to share with you everything you need to know about creating referral markets, referral networks that can recommend and refer business to you without having to buy ads. We have James Smiley speaking. He's coming all the way from Texas for this. James is a Fortune 10 consultant. He's worked with big brands that you know like Facebook, AT&T, Amazon, Motorola, Verizon, Bass Pro Shops, you name it. James has consulted with them. He was also part of an IPO for an app called Telenav years ago that IPO'd for $350 million. James gets 6- and 7-figure contracts for his business, and he's coming to share with you exactly how you, as a coach or a consultant, can land those level of contracts. We also have Daryl Stern speaking as well. Daryl is an MC on the event, and myself, which we'll get into what we'll talk about in the show as well. And then we got Sean there too. So it's jam-packed. Get your ticket.
Oh, yeah, and then you're there too.
MakerPercent.com.
Love it, dude. Man, dude, I am super, super pumped. Like there's so much value going to be in one place. Like, I don't know how you're going to get it all in. Like, that's incredible. Incredible.
Yeah,
so
our goal was really
to
make sure that we brought the best people that we possibly could from our network that each have a unique skill set and talent that can best serve the audience in the room.
Awesome. So what made you want to put it on?
Well, about 4.5 years ago, I had done a speech for about 90 people in a room that we had to rent more chairs because there wasn't enough seating for everybody. And it was all about Facebook and how to leverage Facebook. And this was a while ago, back when ads first were kind of the hot thing on the scene. And after it was over, I got back the recording and the audio sucked. The lighting sucked. And I was just like, man, what a bummer. What a great speech. Everybody loved it. And now I can't even really use the footage to leverage it in the future. And then about a year and a half ago, I was sitting at Denny's with Maurice Domino and Casey Eberhardt. And I told them both, look, man, I want to have an event where we can serve the people in the audience, where people that need the opportunity to get up on stage and get their sizzle reel recorded have that opportunity. And we want to bring the most talented people to share their best stuff. And Casey laughed at me and he said, well, how much money are you going to make? Because if people can't make money, then you can't have events. And I said, well, I don't know. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money on it. I'm trying to help people get out of the thing that they're stuck with so they can move up to the next level. And so sure enough, we put words into action. We were at Manny's ServX event earlier this year, and we decided that we were going to put together our own event. And we put a feeler post out there on Facebook just to see if anybody was interested in being a part of it. And the comments we got just blew me away. So we ended up putting it all together, and now here we are. We're getting close to having it. And that leads me right into the how I made 5 figures on Facebook in less than 30 days without buying ads.
That's insane, man. Like, isn't it amazing that, you know, you have these visions and dreams or whatever. You're like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, you know. And what I find is that successful people make it happen no matter what. Like, no matter what they do or say, it's like, I really want to do this. And they don't go, well, I can't do it. It's too much money. Never mind. Like, you'll figure out a way. Like, if you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way. And highly successful and people who operate at a HNL, a whole nother level, they find a way to do it. They make it happen no matter what.
I absolutely agree. Greg Reed was just speaking the other day, and I saw a video of him talking.
Yep.
And he was warning people not to wait until the time is right. That you just got to go out there and do it. And the most successful people in the world have done it because they were willing to keep pushing no matter what everyone else thought, no matter what everyone else said. So there's something to take from that. And like you're saying, at the end of the day, it's not excuses. It's whatever it takes, right? A whole nother level.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So do you want to kind of give us an overview of what that, you know, 5 figures without ads? Most people are relying on ads right now. Like, oh, you got to take an ad. Like, if you look at I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups for speaking, and a lot of them talk about building rapport and all that, but you got to take an ad out. Like, you just have to take a Facebook ad. Like, you have to, it's Google AdWords. Got to take out Google AdWords, whatever. I'm like, I don't really take out all that many ads, and I just delivered a TEDx talk. You know what I mean? So I kind of don't agree with that whole ad thing. I've done a bunch of ads, you know, but I don't think that that's an absolute necessary.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that ads, there's a place in the market for ads, and not every business can get by without running ads. In terms of running advertising to get speaking gigs, I'm not so sure that that's what I would do. Maybe I would advertise to the people that might hire you and show them how much expertise you have or value. Right. But, you know, like some of my clients do exceptionally well with ads, so I'm not knocking ads. There's a place for it in the market. But what I did was very much different. So what I did was I put out a feeler post on Facebook that said, would you like to speak at our next event in Las Vegas? ? And I let people respond in the comments. And then when they did, I reached back out to them and we started a conversation, and we migrated that message in the comments over to a Facebook Messenger conversation. And from there, we got an opportunity to open up the conversation with those and find want to speak. What do they speak about? And if they'd like to book a time on my calendar. So I gave them my calendar link in the messenger, and I let them schedule a time. And that's how we did it without buying ads, right? Very simply put, a feeler post that has the right engagement can turn into wildfire for you in sales. Now, we didn't have a website up because we didn't even know if we were going to have an event. We just wanted to find out if anybody was even interested in being a part of it. And so the feeler post dictated that, yes, the market wanted this. And there were several people that wanted to be a part of it. So what better way than to give them an opportunity to set up a time on your calendar? And that's why you don't need a website to do it, or at least in that scenario you didn't.
Right.
Once they set up that website time on the calendar, it was just a matter of having a call with them and making them an offer. And if they wanted to take it, they took it. And if they didn't, they didn't. And that was fine either way. And that's how we made over 5 figures in sales on Facebook in less than 30 days without buying ads, landing pages.
That's awesome,
websites.
Man. You know what's great, though, is that, you know, the people spoke, right? I mean, it was like, you know, would you like this or would you not? And, like, people actually responded. And so you know there's a need, right? So now you just got to figure out how to solve those problems, right? We always talk about, like, solving problems and everything, but fulfilling that need on a large scale, right? Like on an intimate level, because it's going to grow. I'm sure that's going to grow. Like if this, I'm sure it will go off. I mean, with flying colors. I mean, it's going to be an amazing blockbuster event. Can you imagine people going back and telling their friends about it? Like, dude, you have to go to this event. Like, if they do another one, like, you're gonna have to go. Like, I mean, I would almost double the amount of people that would go based on what you would learn there and the results of what people will learn.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on there. And you know, and something else that comes to mind is, you know, in order to get in that sales conversation after they book the calendar, you need to already know what they need. You can't wait to figure that out later, because otherwise You're not going to be able to sell anybody anything. And so just so that everybody does understand, we knew exactly what we were going to offer those people when they got on the call. We were prepared for that conversation. So it's not quite as easy as it may sound, but it's certainly not rocket science. We're talking about putting a post up on Facebook, using the colored backgrounds that they give you that are free, not even making a design or an art for it, and just asking a question that your audience will come out of the woodwork to answer, and then creating opportunity out of that comment. And obviously you need to know what you're going to talk to them about when they get there, because you can't just be flailing around like a fish out of water. But
right.
We knew exactly what that offer was going to be and how to best serve that market need. And we did that by offering them the opportunity to get a spot on stage, to get interviewed, to get sit-down interviewed on camera, to be given professionally done headshots, to meet with the right people around them, to build network relationships, to come to the VIP lunch, to have time where people can be people and just get to know each other in a private business mixer setting. So those were the things that we outlined as the needs of the market. And it's a different need for the people attending now, right? A little bit of a different need. So the people that are going to get tickets that are listening now, their need is, who do I talk to? Who do I listen to? What are the resources I need to be looking for?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things I need to do in my business? How can I make more money? How do I get more clients? How do I start attracting the right clients? How do I get my message out there? Maybe they have a book and they need to sell more books, or they need to learn how to leverage their book to get more high-end clients. All of these things are what you're going to learn at the event. So we'd love to have you there, authoritymakerbootcamp.com.
Awesome. So when is it? Where is it? What's the venue looking like?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the west side, at a venue called the Lakeside Events Center. And you need to register your tickets to get all the details about the times and what time it starts. But it's going to be January 17th and 18th. It's 2 full days of marketing and communication for everything you need to know about being a go-to expert in your niche, about getting more high-end clients, about attracting the right people, about getting your message out there. And it's just going to be fantastic. It's going to be in the west side of Las Vegas, January 17th and 18th.
Perfect. So you mentioned some of the speakers and some of the topics that'll be discussed. So is there any after like a after mastermind that you've thought of, or maybe like some kind of aftercare like after the event? Because I found that people create these connections, right? They create these moments. They're like, man, I don't want this to end. Like, this is such a great event. Like, I don't want it to end. And they come off of this like event high, right? So is there like a mastermind or an accountability group that's going to be created to make sure what they learn at the event will be instituted and implemented afterwards?
Well, here's what we're doing. Right after the event on the third day, January 19th, if you got the VIP or the $397 Platinum package, you actually get a ticket to the VIP lunch on day 1 and the VIP mixer on day 3. So you're going to have opportunity to connect with us on a more personal level. And then beyond that, if you're looking for something more deep, mastermind level stuff, then Lauren Michaels Harris and I have actually talked about making an opportunity available for a select handful of people to come out to San Diego right before Steve's next event and spend a few days with us there at the Paradise Point. So
Dude,
that's not something
fun.
we're publicly announcing anywhere yet, but your listeners just got a small taste of what we're planning to do for them.
First to know. Awesome. So what kind of transformational moments do you think are going to happen that you anticipate with the knowledge that you have? What do you think are those transformational moments? Will I be, I go to this event and I implement what they say and all of a sudden I'll be making six figures? I mean, what do you anticipate would be those transformational moments that'll take place?
I think some of the biggest transformational moments is going to be the aha moment that you can have a best-selling book that you didn't even have to spend writing, that you could have a podcast that gets hundreds of thousands of downloads and you have to be the one that puts it up on iTunes, that you have the ability to connect with and meet people that have your ideal target clients in their network, and now all you have to do is come to the event to make the opportunity for yourself to build a relationship with those people so they can recommend and refer you business. Something else that's going to be huge is the aha moment that you can charge more for the services you're offering if you just understand some of the nuances that you're overlooking that we're going to share with you when we come to the event. There's so much opportunity out there for everyone. I once met somebody that said there's plenty of sun for us all. And in that, I would say there's somebody in your niche that you're competing with that you want the leg up on. What better way than to say that you had the opportunity to see some of these great people speak, that you've learned some of their backdoor secrets that they don't often share outside of their organization, that you can now implement before you even leave the event itself, to start getting more recommendations, more referrals, start attracting more of the right clients. Change your positioning, change your mindset, uplift it all to a new level, right? A level where people want to automatically recommend and refer you business because they know that you're the expert at what you do. All of this is possible, and it's only going to happen at the Authority Maker Bootcamp. This is by far the best bootcamp of the year, guaranteed.
I don't know any other. I mean, unless you had guys unless you created a mega event like Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Russell Brunson, like those four guys, and you included like Richard Branson or something, like those five guys are hosting an event and they're going to be speaking there. Like other than that, like it's almost like you created the Expendables of an event, right? Like the movie Expendables has like, Sylvester Stallone and Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, like all the like action heroes. Right? You threw these amazing people into one room and says, hey, man, just show everybody your badassery. Now, I don't think you're going to find another event with this many high-level players in one space.
Absolutely, absolutely. We shot really high set goals for ourselves. We targeted the most talented people in my network and said, look, we want you to be there, and they said yes. So now we want you to be there, So come on out, authoritymakerbootcamp.com. Register your tickets now. You can actually get 2 golden tickets for the price of one. For only $197, you can get 2 tickets so you can bring a friend with you. And it's in Las Vegas. Who doesn't love to go to Las Vegas? Who doesn't need an excuse to come hang out in Las Vegas for a couple of days with us?
Yep, absolutely. So tell me, how did you get started in this, though? You said, back in 2010, started doing some online marketing. Man, it's changed so much, because there's so much. Like when you think marketing, it's like, geez, where do I begin? Affiliate marketing, referral marketing, multi-level marketing, network marketing. Like there's so much, right? How did you get started in all this?
Yeah, I was actually a carpenter in the union, and in 2009, our carpenter shop went out of business, and so I lost my job, I lost my house, I lost my truck, my fiance left me, and I was pretty much forced to move back in with my parents, and I lived over there for a while, and I was making $500 a month mowing lawns, and I thought, gosh, there's so much more to life than what I have right now. I bought my first home when I was 24, so it was a big upside down moment in my life, and it took really looking at myself and finding some great mentors and figuring out, like, what am I going to do? And so I talked to one of my mentors and I said, is it too late to go back to college? And he said, never too late to get an education and use it. So that's what I did. I went back to school and I started studying website design and digital media and advertising and selling and marketing. And fortunate for me, one of my professors, she had gone to Harvard and she'd worked with Gerald Zaltman doing the ZMET technique for several years. He was the head of marketing at Harvard. And she kind of took me under her wing while I was in school, and she spent a lot of after class time coaching and mentoring me and giving me guidance and direction and what I should be doing. And that kind of just grew itself into a better spot. We were broker printing. We were selling business cards and screen printing and things of that nature. And we were doing okay at it, except for Vista Print came on the scene, and they decided they were just going to start giving away business cards for free. And that really killed the whole mentality of selling somebody a box of cards for $100 and charging them $250 to do the art and design on it. And so we realized very quickly, like, this antiquated product service that we're offering is not going to last very long, especially with big players like Vistaprint giving away the product. Because to the customer, they didn't know the difference between a $350 box of cards that they had custom designed or the ones they got for free on Vistaprint. And so I looked at that and said, there needs to be a shift in this business. I don't want to be in a place that's going to go extinct in a few years. And so I started studying online marketing. And another mentor at an event at a meetup group named Chaz Key, and he taught me about search engine optimization and WordPress. And I did that with him for a couple years. And then I began coaching people on how to do SEO and get their website and their videos ranking on Google and on YouTube. And so that's how I started to learn more about it. It wasn't long after that I realized SEO is just one piece of the puzzle, right? Just one small piece of the marketing and sales umbrella that any business needs. And so I started to look at what are the other pieces. And so I began to learn social media marketing. And I took over social media for the largest animal career vocational school in the country, in North America, in Canada, and the U.S. They sell more dog training certifications than anyone else in the nation and have for the last 30 years. And when I took over their stuff, their marketing was so ugly, atrocious, and terrible on social media. And I was like, man, you guys don't get it. Let me help you. And I just redid it all for them, and it turned it around massively. And then ads started rolling out. And so I started running ads for them on Facebook, and we just blew it up for them. And tremendous change, tremendous impact and growth and transformation in their branding and how they communicated with people. And it was just amazing. And the owner of the company decided at some point he just wasn't going to follow the process that we were using anymore. And so I told him, look, find whoever you want to replace me to train them, and then I'm going to go out and start my own agency. And that's what I did. And so I left the company. I started an agency, and I just kept working with different clients. I spent 1.5 years working with a lot of local businesses, a lot of mom and pop type of companies. And what I learned there was they need the help, but they're not quite ready. They don't necessarily always have the budget, and they can't get out of their own way. And so then I started working with the top transformational leaders, marketers, experts in our niche, in our space, in the business opportunities niche. And so what I found there was they often have no problem getting out of their own way because they understand the value of having 8 players on the team that know more than they do about any one little topic that they need done. They also know they don't have enough time to do it all themselves, and so they need those people on the team, and they never bitch about the price because they have the budget. So I spent about 1.5 years working with these top people, and I learned so much from behind the scenes of their business that they don't teach on the webinars. A lot of things that they have in place that allows them to literally make millions of dollars from email lists is all about the mechanisms that they have and the systems and the processes that they've created for their team to follow so that they can sell and scale at those numbers. And it was eye-opening to me how much more I had learned just from spending some time working behind the scenes with some really great transformational leaders and marketers about how they run their business and how they actually make millions of dollars. And so that was a big fuel behind why we wanted to do this event. I want to take down the curtain of what's actually behind the scenes, just open it up to people that have a local business, that are an entrepreneur, that need help growing and scaling, and introduce them to the people that can help them not only grow and scale and get more clients, but actually give them advice and guidance where to go to get to that level they're trying to get to. Because we all know you can't go get information from somebody that doesn't know how to do it because they haven't done it before you, right? You need someone that's already walked that path, that succeeded at it, that can guide you and direct you. Again, I was just listening to Greg Greed speak the other day, and he was saying, if I want to sell books, I'm not going to go to somebody that writes books and ask them how to sell books. I'm going to go to somebody that sells books and ask them how to sell books. He's like, I'm going to go to the guys that wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul and ask them, what do I need to know about selling my book, right? Because they actually walked the walk. They've paved the way for themselves to do that. So it's key, and you understand this in so many ways. Like we were just at the New May Summit. We're all there to connect with more like-minded people that are go-getters, that take action, that want results, that want more for themselves, that want to help other people have transformation in their life. And I think that's really where it all boils down to. If you're somebody that's a natural-born teacher or coach, or you have a business and you know that you can grow your business to the next level, you just need to get around more of the right people that can help you do it. That's why this event is for you. AuthorityMakerBootcamp.com. That's why we created it for you. Go get your tickets now.
There you go, man. Dude, I love it. So I'm curious, you know, like you have an amazing story, man. Like lost your house, lost the girl, lost the job. I mean, you're upside down on life, you know. Who would you consider your biggest influencer?
Oh, man. I would say there's quite a few. I would say early on, Chaz Key was my mentor that taught me SEO. He was a huge influencer in helping me understand how all of this marketing stuff even worked, and just give me some basic insights to get started and some direction and some guidance. He was kind of like a father to me. My professor, Bianca Filippi, she was huge, tremendous impact on my life. She spent a lot of time working with me and giving me guidance and direction, and she was where I wanted to go, right? She's already been doing marketing consulting and marketing insights research for the largest companies in the world for 30 years. And so that was really where I wanted to go. And so I knew I could follow along in what she was telling me to do, and I would be okay. Other huge impacts in my life. A couple years ago, Rapid Crush, which is owned by Jason Fladlin and Wilson Matos, those guys are tremendous at marketing, and they're just exceptionally good at running their business. They had a loyalty event, and they invited customers out, clients out. And so I went to the loyalty event, and I saw Alex Charfen speak, and that blew me away. I had listened to him speak, and I thought, wow, I never knew there was someone else in the world that thinks like I think. I thought I was alone all this time, and now here it is. There's some guy I never even met before, complete stranger, standing up there telling me more about myself than I even knew. And that really was like eye-opening, transformational moment for me. And then I was fortunate enough to see him speak another time in Las Vegas shortly after that in February the next year. And I saw him speak again, and it blew me away again. And I just reached out to him, and I said, look, man, you know, I don't know if you realize how much you're changing people's lives, but you just unlocked a huge door for me. And, you know, that was big time transformation in my life, learning about what an entrepreneur personality type is from Alex, understanding what he discovered, and learning how that really applied to who I was as a person and an entrepreneur, and how to best go about turning down the pressure and noise in my life and start to grow my business. Another huge transformation for me, Alex Mondosian. He spent several months working with me and coaching me. He's from marketingonline.com, and giving me the guide and the process to virtual presentation, how to best present virtually for people so they can understand what's going on. And then Steve Olsher, a friend of mine, was at a meetup event in San Diego a couple years ago, and Steve Olsher gave away some tickets to his event, Internet Profits Live 2015, and somehow that link ended up in my inbox, and I went to that event, and it blew me away. I learned so much about what it means to go to great events and really how to deliver that, and I watched him do it all there, and it just was so awesome that I decided then I wanted to have an event. And Steve, you know, he kept that door open, and he had us come to a New Media Summit this year, which was awesome, and now we're going back again in April. So Steve
Are you
Ulster
really?
is another one. Yeah, I'll be back there again in April. And then
Yeah,
I would say
I'll be there as an icon again.
awesome, man, awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely be there. And then I would say probably the last one that sticks in my mind, Christian Michelson. I worked on Christian's team for a little over a year, and I learned so much from him and from his team and how they operate their business and how they make money. And that really gave me the permission to go and do what I'm doing now. And that's probably the reason why I make really good money now every month, and I'm on my way to bigger things. If it wasn't for Christian, I don't think that I would have had the ability to understand that there's an inner game mindset that's in your way, preventing you from going to the next level. And until you can cope that, address it, and let it go, it's going to keep blocking you from where you're trying to go.
Perfect. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I completely 100% agree with you. And I've learned, through this whole process for the past, 3 or 4 years getting into the personal and professional development, like even coaches have coaches who have coaches who have coaches. Like there's somebody always, on your board of directors or somewhere, influencing you, whether that, like Gary V would be like an influencer, but he doesn't know it. I'm sure he knows that he influences millions of people. But then there are those that have I've surrounded myself with, that have shown me the way and have really, mentored and really, God, I don't know where I would be without those guys. You know what I mean? So for anybody listening, man, you have got to get out, even if it's a couple friends that are just crushing it in something, like just, I'm not saying like leech onto them, but dude, you got to learn from them and then put things into action. Like that's the difference between people who just pay to learn from somebody and they're like, okay, you are cool, thanks, and people who are operating at high levels. They're constantly learning, yet constantly implementing. They're not just consuming. It's the implementation of the consumed information that matters the most. And I think that this event that you're putting on is really going to showcase the people who have learned a lot and then have implemented and instituted it into their life. And they're going to give away some amazing nuggets. And whether you want to put those together in your life and live at a high level, that it's ultimately up to the attendee at that point. And there's really nothing else you could do.
Yeah, we're going to make it available to them. So as long as they take the action and they show up,
there you go,
January 17th and 18th, oh, man, there's an endless possibility of opportunity, of relationships. One of my mentors used to say, the potential next client you get or the next business partner that you make millions of dollars with is going to be somebody you meet at an event that you didn't want to go to or that you didn't feel like going to. And so if you're on the fence about, well, I don't really like to go to events, or I don't want to travel, or it's far, stop making excuses. Start getting in the mindset of, I'm going to this event. I'm going to meet people that are going to definitely transform my life and provide me opportunities to do so. And the only way to get that opportunity is to be in the room. Because the most powerful way to sell is to meet people, to build relationships with them, and to build rapport with them. And you can only do that effectively in person, on video, or on the phone. And there's no better way than in person. So, come on out to this event. The opportunity to transform your life and grow to a whole new level is there for you. That's why we went out and got the most talented people to come out and speak at this thing. Because each one of them has a unique skill set.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, they are like crushing it in their space, man, and they know exactly what needs to happen. So love the fact that you got that going on, man. So as we wrap up, man, can you deliver your best nugget of knowledge that will motivate, transcend, and inspire someone to take the action that we're talking about?
Absolutely, yeah. Go to your computer, go over to Google, and book yourself a ticket to Las Vegas. Now, honestly, what I would say is, I think you nailed it earlier. Action is the most important thing. One of my clients, Dan Mendelow, he's creating a course right now called Creating Happiness in You. And one of the things he discusses in the course is the difference between the most successful people and everyone else is that they put things into immediate implementation, immediate action, right? Jason Fladlin has sold more online through webinars than any other person on the internet. And if you ever go to events with him, he'll tell you that he doesn't take notes at events. He listens to what they say, and he puts in whatever golden nugget he can take from the lectures. He puts them into action immediately.
Wow.
And that's really the most powerful thing that I've heard is if you can take action, then you can get results, right? Only action leads to results. If you think about it like this, if you are preventing yourself from taking action because you're waiting for some perfect time or something like that, or you just don't feel like you have the confidence or you don't have the resources, be more resourceful. Hype yourself up in confidence, right? There's a video that floats around Facebook all the time of Tony Robbins, and he talks about burning the ships, right? And he talks about how Al Gore was sitting in the audience, and everybody had a reason why they didn't reach their goal last year. And Al's was, we didn't have enough resources. And Tony turns around to the crowd and says, you're just not resourceful enough. And then he starts to say, burn the effing ships, you know? And so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the keys to everything is knowledge is only power if you take action with it. And you can only achieve what you're willing to do yourself. You can't achieve what you're not willing to do. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to take the risk. You have to take that leap. You know, there's a video of Steve Harvey at the garage waiting for somebody to pull up his car. And he says, you're going to break your back. You're going to fall down. You're going to hit all the cliffs on the way. You're going to be bloody, beaten, and bruised. But if you don't jump, then you'll never know. And he said eventually the parachute will open. I just recently saw Stephen Larson speaking at James Smiley's Mastermind to a bunch of high-end clients that James Smiley brought in at the Mastermind, and both of which are speaking at our event in Las Vegas in January. And Stephen was saying the most successful thing that ClickFunnels has done was they launched the product, they took action, it failed 7 times in a row until they found the funnel that was converting the sales, and then they took more action on that, and then they built the parachute on the way down.
Yeah,
and
I listened to Russell Brunson's Marketing in Your Car. Have you ever heard that podcast, Marketing in Your Car?
Absolutely.
Dude, I used to listen to that like on my drives, you know, to and from wherever I'm going, man, because it's only like 5 to 10 minute episodes or whatever, so you can consume it fast, man. Like at a 10-minute drive, I got, you know, let me just get an episode in, you know. And some of the stuff that Russell Brunson says, man, I heard that story. He's like, dude, I cannot believe how massively failed ClickFunnels did. I mean, it was just an epic failure, and then we found something that tweaked and found something that worked, and then, you know, we just doubled down on that, and so we've done that every single time. Like when something failed, it's like, okay, what do we learn? Let's try to tweak it. Okay, this is successful. Okay, double down on whatever it was that made it successful. Like we're gonna double down on that, and then, you know, I was like, wow, got it, because we never think twice about the success, right? I mean, oh, we're successful, we're good. No more thinking, right? I mean, we always concentrate on the failures. You know, we're like, oh, what happened? What happened? Oh my god. But you know, we never think twice about this. Like, how did this happen? Like, oh, because, you know, this happened, we're good to go. But now that's what I do. Like, whenever I have a massive success, like I got that TEDx talk, I'm like, okay, what was it that got me there? And I'm going to do that every single time. And I'm going to double down on that.
That's spot on. Yeah. I really think that's the key, you know. That's an old rule in marketing. Find whatever works and do more of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, yeah. So, dude, how can everybody connect with you? What's the best way to get in on this event? Take us home, man.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to connect with me, the best way to do that is on Facebook, so just send me a friend request. If you go over to getmoreleadsclub.com/social, that's getmoreleadsclub.com/social, you can click the button there and become my friend on Facebook, and we can chat it up in the messenger. And there's a reason why I do that, and I'll share that with you when you come to the event in Las Vegas, exactly why I do that and how it best serves you on Facebook, so you don't have to always run ads. And again, I'm not anti-ads, but there's ways around them. And, if you want to grow your business, if you want the opportunity to become a best-selling author, you want the opportunity for someone else to do your podcast for you, you want to learn and meet some of the most talented people in the industry that already make millions of dollars in their business, and you want to get connected with them so you can build relationships with them so that they know who you are on a first-name basis so that they can recommend and refer you business, then this is the event for you to be at. And it's only going to happen once, and it's on January 17th and 18th. Kick off the new year the right way with us. Sean's going to be there. Sean's going to share some amazing stuff with you that he just shared at the TEDx stage. And, it's just there's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take the step and make transformation in your life that's going to matter most. I was just listening to Chris Duncan, who's going to be speaking at the event, and he was talking on a live this morning, and he was saying that there's going to be domino opportunities in your life that when you kick that door in, it affects things in a massive way, positively for you for years to come. And this is one of those opportunities. So get your tickets now, authoritymakerbootcamp.com. That's authoritymakerbootcamp.com. So many tremendous speakers speaking at this thing. We cannot wait to have you there. I'd love for you to be there with us so we can get to meet you in person. I want to shake your hand and give you a hug. And make sure you let us know that you heard this here first so that we know where you came from.
Love it, man. Love it. Dude, thank you so much for being on the show, letting us know what kind of awesomeness you're planning, and I cannot wait to see you in Vegas, man. It's a dream come true. One of the dreams, I said I want a TEDx talk, Australia, and I want to speak in Vegas, and you made that happen. So, dude, I'm just so pumped, and we got to fill this. We're gonna pack the joint. I mean,
That's right. We got to fill it up,
this place, man. And I can't think of a better all-star cast at one event. I speak at a lot of events, man. I've been to a lot of different ones, and I just can't think of a better cast that you've put together, man. So congrats on your success, and I look forward to seeing you in Vegas.
Oh, man, thank you so much for having me on. What a great show. I had a great time on this show. And just circling back to what you just said right now, I can only provide the opportunity with my vision and other people saying yes to being a part of it. But it's you that's making it possible for you to speak in Vegas because you're willing to take action. So Every single one listening, take some more action. Come to Vegas with us. Be there on January 17th and 18th for this amazing event. We'd love to see you there. And Sean, thanks for having me, man. It was great to be on the show. I feel blessed.
Not a problem, man. Pleasure's all mine, brother. So, Life Transformation Radio listeners, another impactful guest that is elevating lives all around him. You got to connect with Anthony Franck, dude. The guy is phenomenal. Go to www.authoritymakerbootcamp.com, January 17th and 18th in Las Vegas. Come hang out with us and learn how to crush your business in 2018 and go to a HNL, whole nother level. So as we close the show, I always say, live your brand. Find opportunities every day to live out those values that you hold deep in your heart. I call that living your brand. And until next episode, have a great life.